NFL playoffs are here. Wild card weekend starts this weekend. 6 games instead of 4 games, as now we have 14 playoff teams. So 3 NFC, 3 AFC wild card games this weekend. A big one with Buffalo playing Indianapolis. Buffalo's not careful. Indianapolis can go into Buffalo and knock them off, but I don't see Josh Allen letting that happen. A big one too, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Cleveland, of course, without head coach Steve Stefanski, however you pronounce his name. We always struggle to pronounce his name, but they don't have their head coach as he has COVID protocols. So Cleveland just cannot get their stuff together. They're becoming Tennessee at the beginning of the season. So I believe the other one is Baltimore and Tennessee. Baltimore revenge game from last year against Tennessee. Is Derrick Henry going to run all over them, or is Baltimore going to shut them down and finally win a playoff game under Lamar Jackson? NFC, I believe it is Buccaneers at Washington. God help us, a 7-9 team is hosting a 10-6, 11-5 team. God, that needs to change. That rule definitely needs to change because I don't know. I don't like the under 500 team getting a at-home bid.
Yeah. Out of the matchups you were saying are going to happen, I think it's intriguing. The Colts game. I believe the Colts have a defense to help them out, but I think Phillip Rivers will just choke again. So that's just my take on that one. I have to say I like what the rookie Chase Young did in calling out Tom Brady. Sure, it could backfire, but you know what? You have a losing record. You're playing at home, and you got nothing to lose because nobody's picking you to win. So honestly, I hear defense wins championships. Could that be possible? It'll be interesting to see how Mike Evans and that whole injury that he sustained last week, how that's going to hold up, because I believe he's a huge part in making that offense go. I know they got Antonio Brown and a couple other awesome receivers, but really I believe it's Mike Evans that makes that offense go. So,
well, let's not forget that Alex Smith looked very gimpy last week. So if he's not 100%, he's not going to be at his fullest, and that's going to really hurt Washington on offense.
Yeah, and it's sad. It's sad what happened to him, and hopefully he can go. I believe they have a better shot at winning with him. Even though they're up against the wall. But I believe Alex Smith gives them the best chance to win, at least score points on offense to help that defense out. So who knows? But you know what? If somehow Washington can force about 2 to 3 Tampa Bay turnovers and 1 or 2 end up scoring, then I think, Washington's got a great shot at upsetting Tampa Bay.
Now, the big news with Drew Brees ruled out for Sunday's game against Chicago Bears, does this give the Bears more of a chance now to go into New Orleans and knock them off? Because Drew Brees won't be playing next Taysom Hill starting quarterback. I mean,
it's all right. And it's always you play to win the game. That's why you play every Sunday. And despite Drew Brees being ruled out, Hill did have, a good stretch there where they won some games with him. But is he the prolific passer that Drew Brees is? Not at all. So look for the Bears to force him to throw the ball. If they can't do that, then it's going to be a long night for the Bears. But again, they only go as far as Mitchell Trubisky, in my opinion, goes. Because the defense has always been decent for the Bears. It's always that struggling offense. So we'll see what happens. But, I still think the Saints are too big, too powerful, and will just kind of dominate the Saints. But, hey, could I be wrong? That's another team right there that's scary and nobody thinks will win. So
exactly. Now let's get to Baltimore, Tennessee, because this is a rematch from last year's AFC divisional round. But now it's a wild card this year. Lamar Jackson, he needs to finally. This is a chance for him to finally prove that he can win a playoff game. I mean, I know it's only his second year, but third year. But I mean, if everybody wants to say he's as good as Mahomes, he's as good as this, he's got to prove it against these big teams in these big time games, and not go out and lay an egg and throw for 85 yards, 2 interceptions, and lose by 10 points.
Yeah, and Tennessee is going to make them one-dimensional. They're going to take away the run to the best of their ability. So it's going to be up to Lamar Jackson's arm. So will he throw some accurate passes? Well, who knows? It's always a crapshoot with him. But is it possible that he can, do it? Sure, it's possible. But if you end up making him try to win the game by throwing instead of running, then you really do have a good possibility at winning that game. And, I think it's kind of up in the air because they did not stop Derrick Henry at all last year. So we'll see what happens, But
well, that's the thing. If Tennessee gets their run game going, they're going to control that clock. He's going to run, and get those first downs. And Tannehill, he can throw 15 passes, and they can still win the game.
Yeah, and they will control the ball. I believe they'll try to be a balanced offense and try to keep that quote unquote offense off for the Ravens. So if they're able to do that and tire out that defense, then I think it's going to be a long day for the Baltimore Ravens. If they're gonna win, they need to hold Derrick Henry to under 100 yards. Period. Don't care. Like if he gets 99, so be it. 98, so be it. That's still under 100 yards. But if he ends up going above that, then they got big problems. So
and I see Derrick Henry having a 150-yard game Sunday.
Yeah, I mean it's truly possible because I think he's arguably the best running back in the league. And at least proven it on a consistent basis. And I mean the guy's a freak. So yeah, I mean, it's a tough call to make, but, I'm going to lean Baltimore on this one just because it's, like you said, a revenge game. But, I wouldn't be shocked if Tennessee wins. I mean, I just
this year's going, you can't be shocked either way. I mean,
yeah, no, I can't.
Cleveland going to Pittsburgh. Cleveland's got to get the passing game going. If Baker Mayfield can't get the passing game going, it's going to be a long day for Cleveland against that Pittsburgh defense. Then again, Pittsburgh's got to get that passing defense going or passing offense going because they've been struggling the last couple of weeks.
Right, but you know what? I think the key to Pittsburgh beating Cleveland is the run game because their run game has kind of been atrocious lately.
James Conner's not been James Conner.
Yeah, James Conner being injured and then Snell just, I'm not that impressed with him. In fact, I'm not impressed with any of the backups to Conner. But back to my point is if they can somehow establish a 70-yard run game, that game, to go with that passing attack, I think the Steelers will beat Cleveland pretty handily. But if Cleveland, can hold up on defense and Baker, like you said, can throw it and do Baker Mayfield things, because I believe the run support for him will be there. It's just him making the right plays. So honestly, I'm going to lean Pittsburgh just a little bit because of Ben Roethlisberger's experience. And, I get that it's Cleveland's first time in a long time of making the playoffs, but I'm going to lean with experience on this one. But you know what? If Cleveland wins, A, I won't be surprised, and B, great for them. Seriously.
Now, the last game to get to is Los Angeles Rams at Seattle Seahawks. Of course, this is an NFC West, rivalry going on. And what do you know? They played I believe it was just last week, and now they're meeting up in the playoffs this first week. So consequences, or I mean, circumstances happen. Jared Goff will be back this week, I believe, as that Walford kid was, I don't know, not,
Atrocious.
was not the greatest. Let's say he was
No.
better than the guy from Denver, but he was not the greatest. I mean, LA did not stand a chance in that game. But
No.
yes, Jared Goff is back, so it's going to be Goff against Russell Wilson. Rams got to get their rushing game going if they stand a chance in this one.
Yeah, they do. Especially protecting Goff's finger. Anyway, the Rams go as far as that run game and Goff's finger is concerned. But
is coming back too, so that'll help.
right, that'll help. But something, I believe Seattle's just too powerful on offense, and they have a pretty decent defense. That I'm picking Seattle this round, but you know what? It's like you said, a rivalry game, especially in the playoffs. So I will not be shocked if Seattle loses, because something, during the regular season, when I pick Seattle to win games or even think that they're going to lose, they end up winning when I think they're going to lose, and then
the Giants
I think they're going to win. Huh?
Just when you think they're going to blow out the Giants, they get beat without Daniel Jones.
Right, and I think Russell Wilson's been a little too inconsistent. I mean, that could be, some defensive plays mixed in probably with some run. Yeah. But, that's another team. If they can establish the run even to get to 70 yards, then I believe Seattle is going to win the game. But if they can't establish that run, then they're going to make it tough for Russell Wilson to throw that ball.
Exactly. All right, that is your wild card preview. I mean, the games start 12 o'clock Central, I believe, 1 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. It's going to be a fun-filled weekend of pro football, no college football, no bowl games, I don't believe. So pro football all weekend. I'm excited about it. I will be glued to the TV whenever I'm inside. And then the week after that, it's divisional rounds. The Chiefs will be playing. So I can't wait to see who the Chiefs are playing. Got to be nice if we played the Browns. That'd be an easy game. I didn't say that. But yes, so wild cards coming up Saturday. Be sure to tune into that. After Sunday, we will have our wild card recap, and then next week, further along, we will have our divisional round previews. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like our video, comment if you have any comments. We love the comments to interact with you guys. So do that, and we will see you guys next time.